Okay, so it's day 5. It's a day. And I wanted to share some books that I had read or yeah, no, I think I haven't started any new books since all the social distancing stuff, but I wanted to share some books that I read and enjoyed. One of them I didn't enjoy, but I'm still going to share it just so I can talk bad about it. But Uh, these are just my little book reviews of some books that are sitting on my desk, and I got them from the public library, but the public library is closed, so they're in my possession for who knows how long right now. Um, Anybody who knows me knows I'm currently obsessed with Paris and all things France, so I went to the library and went to the I went to the like catalog thing on the computers and I just put in keyword Paris, show me everything you have. Oh my goodness, my laptop has a bump on it. I dropped my laptop twice, you guys. It's kind of crazy. I'm never gonna resell this. Anyways, I put in keyword Paris and I started looking through everything that the library had to offer with Paris in the title. I think it showed me some authors who their name was Paris, but it's not what I was looking for. And I found a couple books that I wanted to read that I checked out or put on hold so that I could go check them out later. And here they are. Plus this first book was in the break room at my job and I need to return it. I didn't get to return it before spring break, and I thought to myself, oh, I'll just return it when spring break is over. I think it's from 2003. This book is It's Manners by Kate Spade. I love etiquette and all that stuff, so I really enjoyed reading it. It's kind of out of date because it's from 2003, so it talks about email, which is not that email is not relevant, but it talks about email and all the different things to be aware of. And I wish she was still around so she could write another one because I think a lot of people don't have the manners they should have. There's another book that's probably similar to this, and I think it's called How to Be a Hepburn in a Kardashian World. I'm going to check that one out. Well, I'm probably going to listen to the Audible and I'll get back to you guys on that one. But so Manners by Kate Spade. Um I haven't started these two so I can't share them. Hopefully they don't fall. Everything's really just perched precariously on my desk. Um this book I enjoyed a lot. It's called Parisian Charm School. There we go. And it's by Jamie Callahan. Okay, whatever. I'm not reading names today. And I enjoyed it, even though the reviews were kind of pretentious, and they were like, "Oh, she always thinks she's this and that just because she went to Paris for 2 years." And I'm kind of like, isn't that why we're reading the book? But okay. So I enjoyed it. I'm sure it's not for everyone, and I probably only enjoyed it because I'm interested in going to Paris and living in Paris. The more I think about it, I'm kind of not interested in living in Paris, but rather working in Paris and or being like living on the outskirts and working inside. That's, cool to me, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Um, Feel free to check it out at the library or look it up and buy it, or I don't know if they have online versions of it. But it's straight up. Also, the first two books were nonfiction, so it was all just self-help etiquette, how to dress. There's even a section about how to flirt and how to go on a date and stuff like that. But it was interesting. I like to read the different things and how things are approached in different countries compared to America, where I think we literally have no class. But I can say that because I'm American, so go ahead and judge me if you want. Last book is the book that I did not enjoy. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. If you ever come across this book, A Paris Apartment, I'm not even sure I wrote a review for it because I hated it so much. I just rated it, I think, 1 or 2 stars. I was being nice if I said 2 stars. I probably rated it 1 because I hated this book. The main character was not likable. Everything she did was questionable and didn't make sense. Um, Even the person, I don't know, it kind of got interesting at the end because in the book, she's like a furniture appraisal person, like antiques and stuff. And she's has to go work in Paris because they opened up this apartment that's been closed for all like 100 years and everything's in good condition, but it needs to be sold based on a real thing that happened like in 2010 or 12. I don't remember. Anyways, so the author wrote this around that kind of thing with her own made up characters. And even the person that, like, the real life person that this was based on, like, sucked. And it only got interesting at the end when the you were hearing about the main person from like the granddaughter or the great granddaughter. You're hearing it from a different perspective, how this lady was crazy and obsessed with her looks and this and that. Like, I would have read that book, not this book about that main lady, but the book about, like, yeah, this is what my grandmother was obsessed with and this is how she made me miserable. This is how she led her life. I would have liked that better than having to follow this lady who, it's like a fancy word for a call, not a call girl. I guess more like an escort, but like a fancy, I don't know. It the book wasn't good. It's A Paris Apartment by Michelle Gable. Don't do it. Apparently there's a different book that kind of has the same premise out there. I don't remember the title. Not sure if I really want to go find it and read it because that book left a bad taste in my mouth. I literally hated it. It's been so long since I've disliked a book. So long. So, yeah, those are the ones I read. I also read A Paris Year by Jamie McLeod or Macleod, and that book was fun. I really like the nonfiction books about Paris, about people writing about when they go visit and all the different things that they get to do and all the sights they see and all the foods they try. I like those books. A Paris Apartment was not one of those books. Another thing, last thing I'm saying about A Paris Apartment that got on my nerves about the book was this lady. I just like this lady is in Paris. In Paris, they speak French, right? And every time this book had French in it, I swear to you, it felt like someone just literally said a sentence in English and then directly translated it word for word into French. And the way that the French speak is not the same way that Americans arrange their sentences. So it was really awkward every time in this book that there was any French being spoken. And if you are bilingual, you also know that when you code switch between languages or translanguaging, I can't remember what the term was. It's it's smoother. There's a flow to it. And that didn't happen in this book. And so I can tell, like, I probably sound like a snob, but Michelle Gable probably doesn't speak 2 languages. She probably only speaks one, English. And she's probably from America. It's very poorly written. The reviews were also very, like, they weren't favorable about this book. I only read the reviews after I read the book, whereas the other books I was reading the reviews while I was still reading the book. So I'm not sure why I waited till the end. I gave that book a chance, even though from the first chapter, I could tell I didn't like the book. I didn't like the opening. I didn't like the main character. I didn't care for her issues. I didn't care for her. Like, I just went in and I was like, this is horrible. But I wanted to find out, like, what is so intriguing about this apartment? What was so, like, bad about her life? What happened to her mom? And I felt let down every single time something was revealed. And I also hated the way that things were revealed, and I hated the way that the book was structured. I'm not a fan. So if you have time to waste and you want to do that to yourself, go ahead and read A Paris Apartment by Michelle Gable. But I didn't like it. It was terrible on all fronts, and I knew it was going to be terrible, but I did that to myself. So yeah. But the other books I read, nonfiction books on Paris, Parisian Charm School by Jamie Callan, Manners by Kate Spade, and A Paris Year by A Paris Year by, I literally just forgot her name and I said it not even 2 seconds ago. Just spoke a lot and I wasn't even recording. But basically, Janice McLeod is her name. She wrote A Paris Year, which I loved. I loved the watercolors and I loved the writing. It was really good. You learn a lot about the city. And she also sells stationery like this envelope and card. I'm probably going to buy some so that I can send out some letters of encouragement to people. I need stamps. But honestly, today I'm just going to do a lot of homework. So that's probably going to be it on day 5. Just doing a ton of homework, and yeah, today's a business only, and then I need to like restructure my life probably, which I'll probably do on Sunday to start falling back into a routine. But yeah, so I hope everyone is doing well. Um I that's all I can really hope. I hope you're doing well. Continue to take care of yourselves, and yeah, bye.